Hi, remind me to move my camera back to the sheet of paper. I've just done half of this picture and realised I hadn't zoomed in or panned in on the demo. Here we are. I'm not sure what this is called. It was the view from my customer's garden this morning. I've been working for this family for many years now. It's in Banstead, and these are private woods, but all the residents have access to it. A lovely walking. I don't know where it is. I think it's looking towards Causden or Chipstead. I'm not sure. I'm waiting for him to get back on WhatsApp and to give me the name of the woods or the downs. But it's very lovely. His garden's very large, and that's the fence with the gate. I'm not going to paint that. I'm just going to. What I might do, but see. But it goes off into the great distance here. We've got to show that. And a lot of sorting out with all this. Got some lovely trees in bluey grey, very light grey in the distance, and we've got to try to sort out all those planes. So we'll have a go. Right, zooming back into where I'm supposed to be. There we are. There's a bit of paper. Let's see if I can just spin that round a little bit. Make it a bit bigger. Right, I'm not going to do any drawing. I'm just going straight in. I noticed in the hallway today. I didn't notice it before. Maybe it was not. A lovely watercolour by my friend Fred Gillespie, who I've mentioned many times. He's on Google, his gallery, and he's a fabulous watercolour painter. So that was great. I took a photograph of it, and I've emailed Fred to say, do you remember this one? Asking if he remembered doing it. So of himself fishing. He's a great fisherman. That's why Mel bought it, because he is a fisherman. Fisherman of England. Right, I'm painting on the other side of the one that I didn't show you, so it's too late. I was too far in to make it worthwhile carrying on. So a few swear words, and then back we are with a job in hand. Right, I'll give that a bit of a reclip. The paper will expand when you wet it. So I'm going to put in a wash of sienna. I told him that I would only do an impression of what is there. There's far too much selection it would take too long. And in watercolour well. Okay, I'm going to put in a nondescript sky. We've had a bit of blue in the sky today, but not a lot. It's just mainly light cloud. But paints grey. So we'll just put a little bit of, not too much, because there's a lot of this over the right hand side is going to be covered up by silver birch with silver birches. Okay, that'll do. Right, I'm going to give that a bit of a dry now. I was thinking of using one of my sables for this. Right, well that sky's okay. Now we're going to put in the distance, so we've got this grey bluey distance. Use the same colour that I put in the sky, bit of ochre, raw sienna. So let's come up here, just put the distance in, goes up a little bit there. That is the far distance there. Now under that we've got some a grey stand of trees, so we'll put those in. bit heavier. But don't want to go to soak upwards into that wet paint. Right, so now a bit of yellow, bit of blue, bit of grey, but all very, very faint. And a bit of greeny, bluey green. Trying to give the impression of a lot of distance there. Bit of yellow, let's just get a bit of bright in there. Okay, there seems to be a tree coming up here, so I might put that in. But it needs to dry a little bit. Right, I'm going to start feeding in this next plane forward, which is a bit of yellow ochre, a bit of umber. But it's the same sort of tone as the background, but a different colour. Let's just put it in anyway. You can always darken it. Okay, now we want a bit of bluey grey with some distant pines, evergreens. Just checking that the camera hasn't moved back to the photograph. Right, it's like a bluish line of evergreens across here. And then we've got the lighter colour, autumny colour, so a bit of sienna. I'm going to use a bit of burnt sienna, mixed with the raw sienna. Right, get those in there, so that'll be coming down to the grass slope. Right, let's come up here with a nice rich autumny colour, but I want it a bit heavier than what's behind it so that it will show. Well, that doesn't show, does it? So let's get that in solid, more solid. I'm enhancing this somewhat. Then we're going with some yellow. That's lemon yellow. My palette is, I think I've explained that. On top of that, I've got some blue trees sticking up. Right, okay. Now we'll have a lemony colour. And then I'm going to separate these with a bit of shadow coming down here. So let's put a bit of blue and sort of. Right, now we're getting some greens, a bit of water. Bit of sienna, burnt sienna in with these greens, I think. Now I'm at the stage where I want to put in the shadow under the trees. Some burnt umber and ultramarine, bit of light red in there, warming up a bit. Oops. The slope is there. Now, we can have a bit of fun. Let's keep it wet. And there's a lot of shadow in this bit here. Try to keep all these planes separate. Bring more plastic pot. Right, now some good green. Painted a sort of negative shape there. Touch of water. I'll just bring the shadow back in here. Oops, I overdid that one. Remember, a little of this goes a long way. Right, now I want to put the blue over the top of that. And we'll get some some of these caps here. Coming towards us, we'll put in these warmer colours. Right, I can go back to that and I can do a bit more modelling with the trees, let that dry up. So let's come in here with what colour we've got there, yellow and burnt sienna. There's these you're losing hairs, been on my head. Down there, across there. Right, put a bit of dark green in there. Well, let's just go up and make hay with this first. And a bit of dark green. Now, I'll be careful there because I've got to put those silver birches in. But I'll do those in dark, I think. This is all background. Try to vary, if you do this, try to vary the way you attack it with the brush. Try and make it look a bit random. Right, okay, now we've put in some darker shadow, so ultramarine and alizarin, be a good dark. Bit of sienna in there as well. Darker. There's a shadow. So the sun is coming from this way, I would think. Payne's grey mixes very well with burnt umber and burnt sienna. Right. Well, I can enhance that when we get round to it. It's all difficult, but the most difficult thing here is putting in the grass. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. I think I'll give it all to dry because I don't want the yellow, the greeny grass to move. Greeny grass. Okay. Why is that loose? Oh. Why that's loose? Oh, I know. It's waving about inside the tubular clamp. Right, I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to wet all this. And when you do this, don't scrub at it because you'll loosen the paint. But I just want the paint now to merge. It's okay, so I've not, other than a bit of raw sienna, there's nothing on that, but if you do that in general. Right, okay, so lemon yellow, bit of Payne's grey, plenty of water on there. Right, this will have to do. We'll add different colours in there. Because it is autumn, isn't it? So we'll go a bit mad with that. Right, no shadow on it. The shadow's all above that, so I'm going to dry that now. Headphones off. Okay, we'll now have a go at putting in some of the detail and the in the middle distance here, there are some like sort of burnt umbery, ochre. When I say ochre, I mean sort of a path coming down here. Sienna, and then a bit of darker show a bit of shadow in the undulation there. And a bit of foliage. And that needs to be a little bit more shadowy under here. In that distance there. Okay. No detail in that. I just want to, I'm going to use another brush. I think it's a bit too delicate, the sorting out these bits here, so I'm just going to mix the shadow colour, a bit of umber, okay, now not sure if this is going to work. Showing the shape of that tree there by painting in the negative shapes. Right. Okay. We've got sort of darks in here. There's dark under here. Right, now, got all this in here. So it's just showing the outlines of the trees, but they're so close in tone, it's hard to show really. Soften that a bit. Watercolour dries lighter than you put it on, but you know that. Okay, there's probably I've made some of this a bit dark, so I might just go back with a bit of gouache. The gouache is watercolour but mixed with chalk, and it's a very, very useful thing for, it's not, it doesn't work as pure watercolour anymore, but that's the shadow there, and a little bit in here. And I want to separate this here. So make that light or darker behind to show these other trees. But that will outline these trees here. Hopefully. Oh, so this is the easiest one I've done for a while. Okay, right, now while we're at it, let's do something down here. I'm going to do a very rough hedgerow. I'll use Payne's grey, burnt sienna, yellow, just mix a lot of colours together. And shadow in here, and we can put a bit of rigger work, cover up quite a bit of this here. Bit of warm colour, autumn colour. bit too wet. Changed my mind about the gate, but I might. No, I won't bother. It's not going to help the composition any. So it's all bramble and that sort of stuff. That's warm colours in here. And I can etch out some the hake makes a very nice, very fine edge, provided there's enough water on it. Then you can do this sort of thing with it. Good thick paint here. But when you're doing foregrounds, do them as quickly as you can, because you're looking out there rather than anywhere else. Right, now we've got to do these silver birches. So I'll give that a try. How are we doing? Let's be like on the screen. It's not too bad. That's a bit. I'm going to put some lighter colours on there. That'll do. Now with the hake, now the silver birches are sort of, as you know, light grey. Right, give a paint. Bear with me. Got a brush in my mouth. Harry's giving up and going downstairs, I think. For those of you that don't know, Harry is the kitten. He's 4 months, 1 week old. And he's lovely. Right, grey, burnt umber, and a bit of ultramarine. Okay, so coming up from... I'll put some stipple over some of this. And a bit of gouache. I'll use a rigger for that. Get your trunks tapering. And there's another one coming up here somewhere. Going out of the picture. Which is handy. Now I'll try and put in a bit of shadow, a bit of Payne's grey and a bit of brown. On one side of these birches. Right, okay. I'll dry that off. And I'll go in with some stipple. That is a bit too heavy. That's what it is. Okay, now we're going to have to take liberties and put some darker leaves over there. So I'm drying my brush, breaking it up into loads of little brushes. bit of water, a bit of sienna. Trying to make this look random, but easier said than done. I'll have a good wash that. Right, okay. More. No, I'm going to try and cut loose with the gouache. I'll dry that off. Okay, now gouache, here's my gouache palette. Now on that I've got the blue, burnt umber, yeah, I've got some of that. Keep the gouache separate from your main watercolour palette, otherwise it'll make everything opaque, which you don't want. Always handy having a tube of this with you. I've got a small rake somewhere. Oh, here it is. I wonder if that will work. If I smash it up a bit. A bit of water. So a bit of, where's my lemon yellow? Oh, I'll use some sienna. I'll use some lemon yellow on them. Oops, sorry. Carried away there. Okay. That'll do. Right, a bit of lemon yellow. Squeezed out. And so, a bit of lemon yellow. And I think that's burnt sienna in there, which is okay. A bit of the old white. Right, let's see what happens with that. Not strong enough. I have to put some darks on there. I'm struggling now. And I've got some of this. Right, put that in the water. I'm not sure about that, but with my little sable, let's find it as it's sort of a yellowy, gouache sort of sienna ochre. I keep saying ochre, I mean raw sienna. So let's just sort of, it's not very bright, is it? Excuse me while I go and pull my line down a bit. It's much easier than acrylic. And glaze over that. I think I need a bit more blue in there. Bit of yellow. My blue was too dark really for the distance. Okay. Now, just do that there with a bit of this goldeny colour. Right, okay, I'm going to let that go. Let's see if I'm going to get there. I want to, with a 1/2 inch brush, just put in some silver grey. So just a little bit of burnt sienna, a bit of white. Let's just, if we can scumble over that. Dragging over just to show the silver birch aspects of this. I'm not really sure how, I don't use gouache on them, but oops. Too much, but and I tend to go darker as you get to the top, so the bark is peeled off. Cheating, isn't it? Well, we can't call this a pure watercolour now. A bit of burnt sienna. You get lots of lovely colours in these as the bark peels off. Okay, now I'm going to use the rigger now and put in some of these dark twigs, branches. Just can work at this all ad infinitum. Reinstate those shadows there. Just using the edge of the rigger. I might think this is such a load of old rubbish you won't see it, but I need to put a bit of stuff in there. Right. Gosh. Not too much in the foreground. Will I do that? I'll do for that. Right, now bit of dark stipple around the base of this now. Just fill in the blanks. Right. That is because I'm going to get with watercolour. Let's sign it. Put a couple of birds in. Over the spatter. Right, let's put it in a mount and we'll see how bad it is. Well out of my comfort zone, this one. Well, in watercolour anyway. Let's put on that mount. I'm not going to let you see it yet. Right. Well, there we are. Come back with the title, please, Mel. And I hope you watch this. I'm going to send it to you, a photograph of it. That is a little bit, I don't know, I think I'm not really happy with that. I'm going to put this straighter for you a minute. It's just too dark. Let's see if I can just make some of it just a touch lighter. Just rough it up a little bit. Oh, that'll do. Let's let it go like that. Right, I'm just going to bring you in, and yeah, it looks just a bit too mannered, doesn't it? Maybe that shape there is not quite right. Let's see if we can just, with that blue, a bit of that. See if we can just change the shape of that a little bit. Bring that up here. Now I could fiddle about with that for ages really. It'd probably be a good idea to go over in acrylic with stipple, but anyway, that is it. Oops. YouTube would ask me if they want me to, they would like them to straighten up my picture. Well, there it is. Better or for worse. Thanks for persevering. Bye bye.